What's up, everybody? Rev Sauce 9. Make sure to rate, like, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell icon for the latest and greatest that comes to my channel. Now, I've covered the Britt Baker situation. That was a big deal today. A lot of YouTube channels and everything covered that. We've covered a lot of stuff here on this channel, controversy-wise, Malachi Black, the whole thing that was going on with Kenny Omega, and then there was just a whole bunch of stuff over the weekend, so I couldn't get to everything. Britt Baker, I was kind of late because my stomach's been killing me for a minute. This one's going to be an upload. I'm not going to do it live as it's happening. I'm going to try to get to game streaming tonight, so we're going to be reviewing for 1/20/2025 Monday Night Raw, the third week on Netflix. I'm going to be honest with each and every one of you. This Raw, I'm going to be honest, was the same as last week's Raw. Good, but not great. You know what I mean? B- material. I would have gone even farther than a C+, because Raws have become more average on Netflix. It's not got that same oomph as it once did. Now, I don't know about the viewerships. Has it been good? Has it been bad? I don't know. I don't keep up with that stuff. I've been enjoying Monday Night Raw on Netflix. I was switching between that and the national title game, but to be honest with you, like, it's nice to have Raw on an actual streaming platform to where I can actually switch back and forth between things. So, there you go. I'm just going to say this with you guys, like these promos with like Kyria, Roxanne Perez, in the Bayley and Nia Jax, it was okay. It wasn't the best. It wasn't the be-all, end-all. Again, we're giving Nia Jax another push. And then she's getting Saturday night's main event with Rhea Ripley. That should have really gone to somebody else to me. Nia Jax, man, again, I'm going to say this to be honest. She's not great in the ring. She's Fumbleina everywhere. But she makes it work. And yes, she got the victory tonight. Yes, with some help with Roxanne Perez, because they're setting up Bayley and Roxanne Perez for some type of feud like Cora Jade and Masha Samovich over in TNA, which I'm excited for, more of that than I am Roxanne Perez and Bayley. But to be honest with you, again, I'm not mad. I'm seriously not mad at this show. The show did everything I needed to do. It was building up for Saturday night's main event. We start out with Rhea Ripley getting her ass beat up by Nia Jax, which is setting a feud for Saturday night's main event. Saturday night's main event, they do like for a year of those because NBC requested that part of their deal on Peacock and everything. So that's what they're doing. Jey Uso and Gunther. This was eat, sleep, repeat, rinse, and repeat. This is the same shit we got last week with these two. Same type of promo, the same type of stuff. Jey Uso comes out and yeet, 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 yeet. That's all you do. Yeet, yeet, yeet. And comes out and he cuts a promo of his life. It's pretty much repeat of last week. This is why I'm giving it a B-, because a lot of stuff was repeat. A lot of it's just build up already, stuff we already know for Saturday night's main event. Pretty much this was a go-home show for the Saturday night's main event. Every week I've been kind of saying this about Monday Night Raw. It's kind of lost its luster. Like it's been here, then it's down. Then it's here, then it's down. Last week with Penta, yes, I gave it still a B-. I said it was a tier below of what Monday Night Raw, the first episode, the debut is. Nothing's going to top that so far this year. Monday Night Raw, it peaked. I've already told you guys, the first 2 weeks, it peaked. Now it's coming down on the third week, and you're starting to see what I said. It is starting to peak down, and it's now a B- to me. Like I said last week, it's a B-. I felt like it went down a tier. It went down 2 tiers this week. Jey Uso comes out and confronts Gunther. Gunther basically says he changed his mind. Basically the same promo from last week. I don't need to regurgitate it here in this review. It was okay. Getting you ready for Saturday night's main event. I don't think Jey Uso is going to win that belt. Just going to tell you guys this. They're just putting him over, making him look good for the title. I don't think he's going. I think he's going to gain Gunther's respect, but he's still going to lose. The New Day ran into JBL backstage. Kofi Kingston was glad to see JBL doing commentary for his match and slide cash $2 into his coat pocket to butter him up. Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods. This was another thing. Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, they keep doing the same thing every week. They have them cut promos, but they need to be moving up your tag team division. You have basically said we don't have any faith in Xavier Woods or Kofi. We're going to keep them as tag teams. Here we're going to do what they need to do is they need to build these two guys up and have them win the tag team belts off the War Raiders. That's what needs to happen here at this point. I'm tired of these interviews, and they're going nowhere, and it's making New Day look boring, absolutely boring. Kathy Kelly interviews Bayley. She announced that she's officially back on Raw. Great. She needs to be on Raw. She's been getting beat heavily on SmackDown. Have her come over. And the reason they're doing this because they're going more younger on SmackDown. I wouldn't be surprised if Roxanne Perez ends up going on SmackDown. Wouldn't be surprised after this Bayley feud. And she teases perhaps at going after the NXT champion, but cut off by Jax. Jax wanted Tiffany Stratton for herself and planned on winning the Rumble. And basically Bayley entered the Royal Rumble. Professional butt riders, Manson Taylor and Austin Richards. And PBR announcer Matt West was in the crowd. JBL entered for commentary. They cut JBL off from him, whatever he was saying. And then we had Rey Mysterio defeating Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. Are they putting JBL as Kofi Kingston, the New Day's manager? Who knows? The crowd booed the New Day heavily, and they entered. They were pissed. They were pissed at the fans, constantly booing, and they walked with Hall of Famer. Unlike JBL, Kingston took back the $2 out of JBL's coat. I should say it was stupid. And Rey Mysterio defeats Kofi Kingston, again getting his win back from SmackDown. A video package was highlighted of Penta's debut. Kelly interviewed Chad Gable, who was pissed off. He spoke on the recent problems in the ring. Penta, Dragon Lee, Rey Mysterio. He realized he knew the man couldn't help, but had luchador problems, and that was Dominic Mysterio. Ivy Nile and the Creed brothers tend to win the gold, and Gable said they would be wrapped in gold. It would be glorious. During the break, Jackie Redmond interviewed Killian Cross, and Starlet Bordeaux dismissed the Wyatt Six. Again, Wyatt Six has been kind of buried. Like, honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. They've been kind of buried. I'm really tired of Killian Cross. I'm tired of The Miz. It's getting old. Can we just have the Wyatt Six go over at this point and get them back on track? Sami Zayn in the Kevin Owens segment. This was the segment of the night. Zayn entered and announced he was entering the Royal Rumble with Adam Pearce. His conversation with Rollins last week recently made him think about what he wanted it and opened up his thoughts. Kevin Owens said the fans have supported him throughout the years and blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. And Kevin Owens basically interrupted. Owens wasn't here for that. Owens admitted that he was upset at Zayn teaming up with Reigns. Again, here we go with the Cody kind of trickling into Raw and back and forth. Zayn forgave him. He forgave Reigns. Zayn did that because he's a good person. Owens called Zayn his best friend and a brother. Owens wanted to tell Zayn, you can't win the Royal Rumble. Zayn's deserve to win the Royal Rumble and go on into Mania to win the title. They have done it a lot together. And when the main event, one-on-one for the WWE Championship, it was this was stupid, and then they both kind of went back and forth, and that was that. Nia Jax defeating Bayley. Again, it's a replay match. We've seen this on SmackDown multiple times. They gave them 12 minutes where I thought it was a waste of time playing into the Roxanne Perez kind of feud that's going on with Bayley. Back and forth. Nia Jax hits her with her finisher 1, 2, 3, and that was it. So we have Penta versus, Penta defeating Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne basically, both of them had a great match, but this was again building up Penta. Penta looking kind of weak at the beginning, looking strong in the middle, and then winning. Pete Dunne's great shit, but you're not going to beat Penta here. Penta, again, Dunne blocks the Destroyer attempt, Deadeye for 2. Dunne snaps Penta's fingers, and applied an armbar, but Penta hosted him up and hit a backbreaker and the sacrifice arm breaker and the Penta driver for the 1-2-3. Okay, so then there was a Logan Paul, again, building him up to come back. Logan is their best heel they have, and there you go. CM Punk cuts a promo of his life, basically saying he has 2 favors to make, and he said Hulk Hogan is dust. Everybody was cheering, pretty much saying if Hulk Hogan entered the Royal Rumble, he would basically end him, kill him, and turn him into dust. So there you go. Captain Kelly, War Warders speak in normal guy voices. Ivar said that they were always ready to defend their titles. They would be honored and prestige for the division. Somewhat timorous by the Judgment Day, Eric said that they weren't overlooking any teams, but no one's taking their titles. Io Sky and Dakota Kai defeating Zoe Zark and Shayna Baszler. Who cares here? This was a throwaway match, to be honest with you. I like Io Sky and Dakota Kai, but they should not be tagging. Honestly, they should all be in this mid-card division fighting for Vicarious title. Then we have the main event of the night, Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre rematch, and it ends the same way as it did before. Back and forth, and the crowd was pretty dead. McIntyre taunted Rollins in the corner, and Zayn came in, Helluva Kick, but McIntyre moved out of the way just in time for Zayn's kick to Rollins. Instead, McIntyre amused Zayn, explained himself, and went off the air, and that was that. So 2.5 hours, basically. 2.5 hours, McIntyre pretty much hits a bunch of stuff, and that was that. To be honest with you guys, this match was boring. This was pretty much their WrestleMania match, but toned down. So, honestly, like I said, this show was a B-. I'm going to tell you it was okay. It wasn't as great as what their stuff was once for. Like I said, it's going to be a quick review for me because, like I said, if I see something interesting or I see something cool, then we'll review it. You know what I mean? Live. But like I said, this was something that was just okay. Like I said, I can go over it in like 15 minutes and be okay with it. You know what I mean? But again, Penta and Pete Dunne were good. JD McDonough, I forgot to say this, was worried about he was going to get a tag team title rematch next week. Finn Balor was out. Dom offered to take Balor's place. McDonough accepted. McDonough was worried that Balor may not like this idea, but Liv Morgan assured him that he would. Morgan poked fun of Dom for trying to help, and like he said, or wasn't in her match against Rhea Ripley. Dom said he would make it up to her. Again, seeming like Dom's going to be kicked out of the Judgment Day, and Dom will be his own character, which I'm cool with. Dom being face or heel at this point would be great. Latino Heat 2.0, I'd be cool with it. Anyway, my name is RevSauce9. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.